And one. Hello, welcome. Today with me is Sarah Anwar. She's a global talent acquisition and career coach and a LinkedIn certified professional recruiter. I'm super excited to be able to share her story with you guys. Thanks so much, Sarah. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Bryce. And thank you so much for reaching out to me and for giving me this interview opportunity. So my pleasure to meet you today. Thank you.
Nice. So everybody has like a story and everybody has, a reason why they do what they do. So, what was life like before you got into coaching and, what was the transition into coaching and recruitment?
Yeah, okay. So that was a long journey if you have time. So, well, if anyone checks my profile or goes through my CV, it might be perceived that I had a dramatic career shift from a design career to human resources and coaching. But to me, it was not that way at all. It was not, I didn't wake up one day and felt like, okay, I'm not satisfied with the design career. I want to shift to human resources or coaching. It was never that way. But it wasn't intentional. In other words, both things, the design, the human resources, and the coaching are different aspects of my soul and myself. And I have been lucky enough to be able to display and expose different aspects of who I am. So to me, it was never a career shift. It was, to me, it was a development. Okay, so as a holder of, I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts and a Master in Business Administration, and also it might seem that both of them are not interconnected. But studying fine arts for 5 years has enabled me to see beauty in everything, and has made me feel in touch deeply with my humanity. I see that, I appreciate everything. I see, I see beauty in the broken, in other words, because, we used to spend like days and hours drawing a simple leaflet with those, with all these beautiful details, those colors, those details. So in other words, so in my study of fine arts has enriched my humanity and made me feel and see deeply and appreciate beauty in everything and see beauty in all aspects of life and in the broken. What triggered me towards taking the coaching path? So that was a long story. I had a breakup, and it was a severe breakup. I had everything prepared: the wedding dress, the apartment, and things didn't work out, and I had a breakup at the last time before the wedding, and it was very hurting. And at that time, I decided that I owned the problem, and I reflected on myself, and I said, why did this happen to me? And what if I would be able to change in myself so that I would never be put in such a situation again? At that time, I was reading the book for Lewis Hay named You Can Heal Your Life. And going through this book, there has been this sentence, which means that if you keep having the same character with the same traits, you will keep attracting the same type of people to you. And so reading this sentence was a turning point in my life. And so I was like, no, I do not want any more of this. And since then, Bryce, I've taken a conscious decision to make working on myself and healing myself and becoming the best version of myself a priority. This is a daily duty to me. So I started without any definition, away from the coaching, away from the human resources. I started working every day consciously to on my inner success. And I see the inner success is being connected with who you are, where you want to be in life, what you want to do, what you like, what you do not like, It's being connected with your essence, with your soul's essence, not staying in the ego. And you know, being there, you can never this is the inner success. And you know, it's very easy to get the external success, but what is most challenging is the inner success. And since then, I've been reading in psychology, I've been reading lots of self-development books. And during this time, so as I mentioned, the self-success and the inner success was something, was a key aspect in my life, and until I die, that would be a priority to me. And during that time, I felt like, okay, so I'm a designer and totally immersed in the artistic side of the story. Why won't I start studying marketing? So I made some certification marketing, and then I decided to get a master in business administration, and I applied. The first year was a generic year, and then the second year I joined a marketing major, and I was very successful in the marketing. And what happened was that I went, one day I had an interview in one of the famous telecommunications call center, and that was an HR outsourcing company running the interviews. And so when I went there, all of a sudden I felt my intuitive told me that this is where I belong. I want to be a recruiter. Yeah, and you know, Bryce, I'm not the type of person who would take random decisions, or I take a very well started decision. But that day, I had an inner calling. This is where you belong. And the second day, I changed to the human resources major, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever taken. And you know, it's not random, because our soul knows. You know, it was all this previous work I've been doing on myself, all this inner connection. I'm totally, I mean, most of the days I'm connected with who I am. And so I shifted to the human resources. And this is the best decision I've ever made. You know, I'm so passionate about developing people, helping people, assessing people, helping people feel alive and become the best versions of themselves. And, you know, I love, you know, to see fairness and ethics manifested. So I always wanted to be in a position that would help, make a difference, help ease people's life, help see fairness and justice manifested. And then I thought about, okay, I've been working on myself for so long time, reading self-development books, listening to psychological videos, reading, books for the psychology and all this stuff. So, and right now I'm a human resources. Why won't I get a certification in coaching? And so I got, I'm working towards, I got a training in 747 consulting for the coaching, and I'm working towards getting certified from the ICF. And so, yes, you have a question?
No, I was saying nice. I think it was cool that like you could listen to your intuition. What are some like either exercise or some things that we can do to start hearing and feeling our intuition more?
Pardon me?
What are some things that we can start to do to start, you know, hearing and listening to our intuition more? Because I don't know if a lot of people, you know, are used to that.
Okay. So, of course, all people could connect with their intuition, but it takes, it takes lots of work to be connected with who you are if you're not the type of person who's really in touch with your soul. So, I mean, simply at the moment, you can be present. If it's, being present in the moment, because many times we're present in the moment, we feel certain things, and it's true, but we're embarrassed to share what we feel because we're afraid to be judged from other people. And so, it takes courage to be yourself and to listen to your intuition. So simply have the courage to be yourself, and to feel comfortable in your own skin, because many times you like to fit in. So I know, the feeling of belonging, it's any one of us likes to belong and likes to fit. But the problem here is that we fit and belong after letting go of who we are.
Mhm.
So we dare to stand alone if fitting in or belonging means losing who we are and losing our identity.
Mhm.
So it's very easy to listen to your intuition if you trust yourself, if you love yourself, and if you know who you are, and if you're connected with your soul. But if you're just belonging, if you're just fitting in between people, if you're just, letting go of your own identity to just fit in around other people, it will be very difficult to listen to your intuition. So simply, I can say, be yourself and dare to stand alone.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because like if we could develop that skill of being able to like be next to something and say, hey, this is for you. I think a lot of people would be able to do it. Do you have some like, I don't know, exercise or things that well, you probably do, to either clear your mind or make it easier to get out of your head so you can start, being connected to your soul?
Yes, I'm not very specialized in meditation.
Uh,
Um, yeah, but I do believe lots of breathing exercises can help with this. I'm starting to learn the Enneagram, and each Enneagram type has their breathing techniques. So I'm not an Enneagram professional yet. I'm just starting to study Enneagram. I'm not into meditation, but of course, it's about breathing. If it's about meditation and breathing, so yeah.
or I was just saying, like for example, for me, what I started doing during the quarantine was I'll go take a drive and sit in like a parking lot of like a bookstore and read a book. And it just allows me to be able to calm down, you know?
Yeah, okay, of course. So when we are connected with who we are, Bryce, when I know what I like, what I dislike, what makes me happy, what does not make me happy, when I'm connected with my inner soul. So of course, when I'm upset, if I'm totally aware with who I am and I have high self-awareness, so I would know at this very moment, even if I'm upset, what I can do to help myself.
Yeah.
But not many people know this. It takes self-awareness and connection and reflection, inner reflection. So if we're connected with who we are, because self-discovery takes it's a long journey,
Mm.
and it shouldn't be done with a conscious decision. So people should make a conscious decision that we need to be self-aware and know ourselves. Because how are we supposed to know people when we do not know ourselves? Many people get busy working, succeeding. Developing your technical skills.
Mm.
But I do believe that the true success is the inner success. When we have the inner success, it's very easy to get the outer success.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. It's interesting. What are you doing during the quarantine? Is it quarantine? I think it's quarantine when you guys are too, right? Or
Yeah, yeah, just making sure it's recording. Yeah, okay. So, well, I'm very compliant. So I've been staying at home for more than 2 months. And, I'm working on developing my skills. I'm starting studying the Enneagram. I'm so passionate about the Enneagram. I've been into the International Enneagram Conference. It was in Egypt. I'm professional. I'm certified in DISC, personality assessment, and in MBTI, which is the Myers-Briggs. And lately, what I'm doing in the quarantine is studying the Enneagram.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is the main thing I'm doing right now in the quarantine. And of course, I'm always reflecting and thinking about ways to improve myself and improve my work. But the main thing I'm doing is, and I'm relaxing, So, I see it's, to me, the quarantine time is not totally something negative, or, I'm looking at the bright side. I was working very, very hard before the quarantine, and I was very busy. I found it difficult to sleep because I was overthinking and working very hard.
Mm.
So yeah, so it's a very good chance right now for equilibrium, So I'm enjoying relaxing. I'm enjoying sleeping. I'm enjoying reflecting on my life, reflecting on myself, looking inside of me. What can I improve about myself? And I'm studying the Enneagram and relaxing. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I guess a lot of people do not understand how short a day can be until you're in quarantine. Because the days go by so fast now, and it's really, really interesting to kind of see that. Like I woke up, did some things. Next thing I know, it's 3:30, and I'm like, oh, I have an interview in a couple minutes, and it's just like, oh, so much. The time is moving so fast. So, what is your vision for your life?
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So I need to put this in accurate words, but let me tell you my thoughts. Well, my vision for my life is to become the best version of myself and help others become the best version of themselves too, and to be alive and to help others be alive and to never ever betray myself, which means that I would never do or say something that is not aligned with who I am or my values. And Bryce, I've been through lots of obstacles in my life. I have lots of ups and downs, but the good thing about me in front of myself is that I've never ever betrayed myself. And this is very important to me, to be myself.
This is probably gonna sound interesting to you, or probably not interesting to you, but I've never heard of the term like betray yourself. What does that mean to betray yourself? Like to lie or something, or?
Now, betraying yourself to me is doing anything that is not aligned with who you are. For example, letting go of your own personality or values in order to fit in. Doing things that this might not be wrong things, but doing things that are not reflecting who you are not reflecting your values, are not in alignment with your essence, just to fit in, for example. So, I mean, killing your soul,
Mm,
Some people are living with, with no soul.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense when you explained it like that. Cool. And learn something new. Excellent. So, what is success to you?
Yeah. Okay. So success to me is a process of continuous development. And when I say continuous development, I'm not looking on the end result. It's the journey.
Mm,
So when I'm so to me, what is important is that I feel I'm continuously developing myself. So I feel okay, I'm fine. I'm not in a hurry for the result, but I have to be continuously developing myself. And parallel to this, I would be surrendering to whatever life has to offer. So this is success to me.
nice. That's really cool. Are you working on any special projects like a program, course, book, anything like that, or?
Yeah, okay. So I was just setting my program for career coaching. I'm just working on it, not finalized yet. But so I'll be targeting two main people. The first the first type of people are people who are in search of their career, in search for their calling in life. So I'll be helping them. That will be a merge between life coaching and career coaching. I'll be helping them to get in touch with their own values, getting to know themselves, love themselves. And I'll be using the DISC and Myers-Briggs personality assessment in order for them to get in touch with who they are, so that I would walk them through the process until I can help them see and reach and know what are their career goals or where they want to be or what is their calling in life. And the second type of the people I'm targeting are those who are already happy in their careers, but they need to develop themselves. So also I'm gonna walk them through the process of developing their careers, help them with their performance management process and help them set their objectives and KPIs. And also I'll be helping them through some personality assessment tools and coaching.
Nice. That's really cool. Where can people go to either learn more about you or to connect with you?
Yeah, okay. So they can reach to me via email. I have my own Facebook page. I can send you the link. You can add it in the video or,
Or you can say it. We can do both.
yeah. Pardon me?
We can do both. We can, if you say it, then they can be able to type it in. And I'm going to be tagging your account when I post it.
Yeah, okay. So because the URL is a bit long, so I believe that might be confusing. It's Sarah Anwar. This is my Facebook page. And they can reach out to me via email, Sarah, SARAH dot Anwar, ANWAR @gmail.com, and my Facebook page as well.
Nice. That sounds great. Thanks so much for spending some time with us today and, doing this interview. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bryce. It was a real pleasure meeting you today. And thank you so much. Hopefully we'll meet again in the future. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those watching at home, if you want more content, interview with people just like Sarah, who is improving their lives and helping other people do the same, I recommend that you go and check out our community. There's a community either on Facebook or LinkedIn for those who want to get plugged in with like-minded people and form a mastermind. We're all improving each other. If that is you, go ahead and click on the link either above or below the video. I don't know exactly how much longer it's going to be open for because we are very selective in our membership. So take advantage of it while you have the opportunity and while it is free for everybody. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon and see you later. Done recording in 3 and 2.